What's going on, YouTube? Back with another banger for you. I think banger is what the kids say, right? Alright, I don't know. But anyway, I got my gloves on today, so that means I'm about to get to work. We're about to plant some potatoes. I already chitted them in a different video. Make sure y'all go back and catch that video if you did not watch it. But today, we're gonna talk about soil preparation. We're gonna talk about picking the right potatoes. Let's see, we're gonna talk about fertilizer. We're gonna talk about planting. I don't know if I already said planting. I got too many to talk about. We're gonna talk about a whole slew of stuff, okay? So just hang in there with me and let's get to it. All right, so the first thing I wanna talk about today is soil preparation. Soil preparation is so key to growing big, large, healthy potatoes, okay? So over here, let me take you over here with me so you can see what I'm talking about. Now this right here is some nice dirt right here. I've been working on this for a couple years, and yeah, this right here, that good stuff. But hey, y'all be cool over there. I'm trying to talk over here. All right. Now, before I was so rudely interrupted, you want some nice, soft soil like that right there. You want some nice, soft soil so the potatoes can get down in there and spread their wings. And so, yes, that's definitely a must. You want a lot of organic matter, which you can see the color of that soil. At least I hope you can. There is some organic matter in there. All right, so you want to till this up. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to till. If you don't like to till, then grow your potatoes in a root pouch or something. But if you're putting them in the ground, you gotta till. You just gotta till, okay? Ain't no other way around it. I use this big boy right here, this Bronco. I probably got some video up on the screen right now of me tilling this joker up. You have to till it, okay? Because that soil needs to be loose. After I till it, I throw down a little bit of fertilizer. Now, I like to use, this fertilizer from Hoss right here. It's a 543. You want to use something pretty balanced at planting, okay? So, y'all synthetic guys, you can use a 10-10-10. I'm not against using synthetic fertilizers, but this is what I've been using since I've been planting potatoes, and hey, we grow some potatoes over here. So so that Hoss 543 at planting is what I like to put down. So I already threw some out. I don't really go and put it in the farrow, you know. I just sprinkle it all out through the soil. It's organic. It's gonna break down. This soil has a lot of nutrients in it already anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Now, see that right there? Yeah, buddy, that's the bee's knees right there. So after the plants come up out of the ground, we're gonna do some hilling. I'll go over hilling later, but when I do my hilling process, I throw down a little bit of that 0022. I normally hill twice, and so that 0022 goes down twice, and that's all the fertilizer I do. So if y'all saw my community post not too long ago, hold on, let me get you turned around here so you can see me. Yeah, I need you to see me, cause so if you saw my community post, you already saw that I tilled this up before. I did a controlled burn out here, and I put down some bone meal and blood meal, right? So that was like, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, you know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so that bone meal and blood meal has been breaking down in this soil over that time. And so now that I'm gonna put these potatoes in the ground, by the time those potatoes start shooting roots out, hey, it's gonna be ready to take up the nutrients that was provided by that blood meal and bone meal. I think that's super, super, super important. Y'all know if I say it 3 times, then that means I mean it. So, so I came through here, I tilled it up, I put down some fertilizer, and I made my furrows already. So that's already done. Now what I need to do is start planting some potatoes. Now, so very important. What did I tell y'all? See, I'm gonna have to move y'all. Y'all know where y'all going. Y'all going to where the bullies are. Fight one more time. So I got a bully pin over there. so spacing. We're talking about spacing. Now, you can get away with 6 inches. You can get away with 8 inches. I like to do mine closer to a foot apart. And the reason why is because I want that potato, that plant, to just explode, all right? So I like to go a foot apart. You don't have to go that far apart, but I've been growing potatoes for 3 years, and all 3 years I put them further and further apart. And last year I did a foot. That's the bee's knees right there. I don't know why I keep saying bee's knees, but I like it, so I'm gonna keep saying it. So I'm gonna put these out here a foot apart. Y'all already know what I'm growing. I got the Yukon Gold. I got what I got right here. That's my Yukon Gold. Right here, I got some dark red Norlands right there, and I got some Kennebec right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant them in alphabetical order so I can remember them. So the Yukon Golds are gonna go on the end over there. The red Norland's gonna go in the middle, and the Kennebec's gonna go in this first row right here. And oh, let me show you. So if y'all watched that video when I was cutting them up and stuff, you see them now. Got nice eyes on it, you know. So these right here are gonna do good. Let's go ahead and put these in the ground. Hey guys, want to stop real quick and give a quick shout out to Brunt Workwear. Got the nice hat. Oh, and you saw I got my hair cut, right? You know. Anyway. So got the nice hat from them, and they sent me these pants. Good Lord Almighty, these things is awesome. But one thing I will say about the pants, if you've been losing a little bit of weight like your boy, yeah, I toot my own horn there a little bit, 60 pounds down. All right now. So if you're losing a little weight, do not, if you want to order some of these, do not order a size bigger because you're not sure about the smaller size, because they are true to fit. I got the size that I thought I was gonna fit in, but I should have got a size smaller. And hey, I ain't mad at that. And y'all know I'm rocking the Brunt Workwear boots. That's the Marin. Oh yeah. So hey, check out Brunt Workwear. I appreciate their support, and they got some quality stuff, guys. So let's get to it. All right, I got all my taters in there. Y'all see I got that nice good spacing. I measured it out and everything. Nah, I really didn't. But that's about a foot apart each. Important thing, make sure your eyes, y'all see that? Yeah, make sure your eyes are pointing up, okay? Off to the side is all right too, but make sure they're not pointed down. That's the important thing. These rows are 3 feet apart, and that gives me enough soil in here to pull over when I go to do my hilling process. So let's talk about hilling real quick. Some people say, oh, they're determinate potatoes, they don't need to be hilled. Whatever, I hill my potatoes. And so what that is right now, before I leave today, I'm gonna cover these up. I'm gonna cover them. They're gonna be about 4 inches deep, okay? And then once they come up out of the ground and they're about, I don't know, about 4 to 6 inches tall, I'm gonna pull dirt to them, okay? And that's called hilling. But I'll bring y'all back for that. But when I do that hilling, I'm also gonna fertilize them with my 0022. Okay, it's a process, guys, but let me tell you, this process works. So this is the second step of the process right here. The first step was getting the soil ready. I got the soil ready a few weeks ago. Today is planting day. So I amended the soil again today. I tilled the soil up again today. I got my furrows dug, or whatever. I got my furrows dug today. Got the potatoes planted, and now I'm gonna cover them back up. Now, one thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna water these. Okay? From today until I see green, I'm not watering these. Now we're gonna get some rain tomorrow. I normally wouldn't plant these before a heavy rain. We're supposed to get a pretty good storm tomorrow. Oh, let me turn y'all around so y'all can see me. Yeah, so we got a little storm coming in tomorrow. I normally wouldn't plant these right before a storm like that, but I want this video to go up on Monday, and I probably won't be able to get back in here until Monday. And I just don't like shooting videos on the same day I upload them. I like to, you know, take my time with getting them ready for YouTube and whatnot. So that meant I had to do it today. All right. So the worst thing that's probably going to happen in my situation is it may brush some dirt, some of the soil out of the way. Okay. I'm not worried about that. I'll just come back out here and tidy it up. That's fine. Now, I'm up on a high point right here. This is one of the highest, other than right here next to me over here, this is the highest point on my property. So it does not flood, all right? So I'm not worried about this area holding water. If I was worried about it holding water, first, I wouldn't plant there. You cannot plant your potatoes in an area that holds water, because your potatoes gonna rot in the ground, all right? Just know that that's what's gonna happen. So always plant the potatoes on a high spot that does not flood. All right, I'm Michael Jackson. I only got one glove on, but anyway, so let's talk about some tips, or I would say some things to look out for, or common mistakes that people make. So number one is planting your potatoes too shallow. Okay, you don't want to plant them too shallow. One, if they are exposed to the sun, they're going to turn toxic, and you can't eat them. So you're growing stuff that you can't eat. So don't plant them too shallow. That's also why I hill. You know, I hill them. Hilling them does a lot of stuff. So hilling them keeps them buried in the ground so they don't get toxic on you, turn green. And it allows you to put fertilizer down and side dress with fertilizer. And it keeps the weeds down. Okay, so hilling to me is very vital. It's not just because some people say that you hill them and then your plant grows more roots like a tomato and stuff like that. Look, I don't do it for that reason. I do it for those 3 reasons that I just named out. Next thing, spacing, okay? You can plant these things as close as you want to. You can do 6 inches, you can do 4 inches, you can do whatever you want to. It's your potatoes. But I'm telling you that I found that a foot works great. Maybe a little less than a foot, 10 inches, but 10 inches to 12 inches is perfect spacing. Mistake that a lot of people make is they put them too close, and you get potatoes, but you get a lot of these little small potatoes, okay? We want some big roasting potatoes, so we want to space them out, let them breathe, and grow some big potatoes. Fertilizing. You cannot skip fertilizing. Potatoes are a heavy feeder, so they need that fertilizer, okay? If you start with a balanced fertilizer like a 10-10-10 or the complete organic from Haas, that's perfect. You don't need to put down any more fertilizer until you go to hill, okay? I hill mine, like I said, when the plant gets about 6 inches tall, I will hill it. I will put all of it back under the dirt except for, I don't know, about 2 to 3 inches of it, you know, so, and it will grow up through that, so don't think you're killing your plant. And then I fertilize one more time when the plant gets to be about a foot tall. Plant's a foot tall, I hill it again. I'm done fertilizing with it for the rest of the time. I don't need to put any more fertilizer down. And I'm watering it according to its needs. And that takes me to my next and last tip or mistake that people make is overwatering, okay? I would not put my potatoes on drip irrigation. I'm watering over here with overhead wobbler sprinkler, and it's perfect because when the heat starts to beat these things down, I can turn that wobbler on in the summer, and it cools off the plants. You know what I'm saying? So I really love the wobbler sprinkler. It mists down like it's raining, so it doesn't like compact the soil like some sprinklers will from overhead. But I don't really worry about disease and all that stuff. You water them in the morning, 7, 8 o'clock-ish. The leaves are dry by 10 o'clock, you know, so you're not holding water on them. Just don't water them at night. If you water them at night and that water stays on the plant overnight, that's where you're going to start getting into some disease issues, okay? So water at the proper times, you'll be perfect. And there you have it. Fertilizer, spacing, soil prep, watering, that's everything, okay? So that is the key to a great potato harvest. Now all I gotta do, I'm gonna cover this up. Y'all don't need to stay around for that, but I'm just gonna cover these up. I'm gonna bury them about 4 inches deep. That's, to me, I think the perfect depth to plant your potatoes at. And I'm gonna sit back and let them do what they do, you know? So if you like the video, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, especially if you made it this far. And hey, that's all I got for you. Don't forget, check out Brunt. Oh, and they got the little, what you call it? What you call that thing? Oh man, it holds pencils. You know what I'm saying? So you out there, you on the construction site, you got the pencil holder right there. Well, you know, you be putting it in your ear, be falling out. So anyway, y'all check out Brunt Workwear. They got all kinds of stuff. They got shirts, they got pants, they got shorts, they got hats, they got boots, they got everything. So check them out. I got all the links to them down below. I'll put it right underneath the description. And that's all I got for you. I'll see you in the next video.